So let's move on to the original free kick and go over all things professional soccer. And we'll start with Atlanta United. Very interesting week that they've had over the past 7 to 10 days since our last show. We went over the dismissal of we'll get to something Eric later on. The dismissal of Gabriel Heinze as the manager of the team, and he's been replaced by Rob Valentino, the assistant coach, is promoted to the top spot. And you see Atlanta, they've had two matches since then. They had a 1-1 draw at Cincinnati, and they dropped their most recent contest at home to the Columbus Crew 1-0 on July 24th. A lone goal of that contest came in the 65th minute when, off of a corner kick, there was a Marion Hairston was able to flick the corner kick across goal, and Jonathan Mensah was able to get a header into the toward net, and was able to go in. And that was the lone goal of the contest for Columbus in the victory. Before we get to some specifics, as far as Atlanta's opportunities to score, here is the serving captain of Atlanta United, Anton Walks, on the loss.
Firstly, it's kind of heartbreaking, really. I think even though the group had to adjust to a few changes last week, I feel like we've come along well in the few days we've had together to, start again. If you look at the chances, I think I saw a stat. I think it was 19 shots or attempts. I think that's a lot more than what we've been putting up in the previous games. I feel like we are getting there slowly, but again, I think today was an opportunity for us to take it, with both hands and find some momentum.
Yeah, and a highlight from the contest, or an overarching theme that you see as far as improvements from the tenure of Heinze to now with the Valentino being the manager, all the offensive chances Atlanta is creating. They have 15 chances created in that contest against Columbus, which tied a season high. Unfortunately for Atlanta, they were unable to score a goal. They had several good chances, though. Eric Lopez had a solid chance in the 36th minute when he took a pass from Marcelino Moreno, who was very active in the contest, and he was able to make a run, Lopez, towards the far post, and he made a shot attempt, but Eloy Room for Columbus was able to make a diving save and was able to stop that attempt. And then in the 90th minute, substitute Amir Sejcik came into he was in the contest earlier for Atlanta, but he was able to get a pass and made several moves into the penalty area and had a shot attempt, but it went over the crossbar. But still, Atlanta was able to create, as I mentioned, those season high or tied for season high with 15 shot attempts. And here is manager Rob Valentino on those increased offensive chances.
Yeah, I mean, we created a good amount of chances. I think, whether it's luck or not our day, I'm not sure. I think that the fact that they're creating the chances, I hope that they would just continue to fall. I mean, to get that many shots and not have something fall, I'm gutted for them, because I think they deserve something from that game. I think they deserve to win the game. I think they deserved more goals than we actually got. We didn't get any, so it's just I don't know. That's frustrating for me.
Man, Brooks Lennon, who leads the team and is on the top two or three in offensive chances created individually in all of Major League Soccer. Here are his thoughts on those chances being created.
Yeah, I think Rob wants us to play very attacking-minded football. Right when we get the ball from a turnover, he wants us the first pass going forward and trying to create an attack. So, we're going to continue that mentality in each and every game going forward. You saw the game in Cincinnati where we created, tons of chances. Unfortunate to tie that game. I think we also could have, gotten 3 points there. But it's good to see. It's good to see, guys wanting to shoot on goal and create chances. So I think the numbers just speak for themselves.
Another big theme from that contest is the return to the starting lineup for Josef Martinez. It's the first time that he's been in the starting lineup since May 29th when Atlanta played Nashville SC. We all know that the tensions between Martinez and Gabriel Heinze, especially when Martinez returned from his appearance for Venezuela in Copa America, returned to the United States, was training separately from the team, lack of communication between Heinze and Martinez, and just a lot of problems there. And with Heinze's dismissal, we've seen Martinez back practicing with the team full time. We've seen him develop at least we see visually, we see more interaction between him and Valentino. And Martinez did play the full 90 minutes in the contest. And let's play Valentino's comments on Josef, and we'll analyze those. So here's manager Rob Valentino on Josef Martinez playing all 90 minutes.
Look, you're silly if you want to make plans, right, in this game and probably in life in general. Mom always says if you want to make God laugh, make plans. So God was laughing tonight. But I was checking on him. We were with medical staff, making sure he feel good. And then later towards the second part of the second half, he kind of came over to get some water, and I just wanted to check on him because I thought he had something. He still had something to give us. He always says he's dangerous, and I thought there was a goal in there for him. Just checked on how he's feeling, and he told me I'm not coming out of this game. And ultimately, obviously, he would respect if I had to, but I was like, you know what? If you feel that like that, let's roll with you. Let's go.
Yeah, and the thing you have to, and this is not hearsay or hyperbole or me speaking out of term. Josef Martinez, he brought it up himself when talking to the media when he came back from he had COVID. He contracted COVID while with the Venezuelan national team, and he came back to the United States and they did their battery of tests. Obviously, when he came back to Atlanta United, and they found a heart condition, and that's something not to even mess around with. That's beyond sports. That's life. And obviously, he worked his way. He's cleared and he's playing, so he's worked his way back through that. So you do have to acknowledge though that maybe with hindsight, not practicing with the team, they're going to be a better way to handle it. But you got to be very cautious because he traveled across the world, to Brazil for that tournament. Going back to the United States, you find a heart condition. That's something not to play around with. So I think that they're working his way back in slowly, and you can tell that he is not at his, for more Josef Martinez, not his peak condition, and he's working his way back into it. But he was not going to be pulled from that game. That's what Valentino wanted to maybe look for a substitution, maybe get Jackson Conway in. We've seen him be a substitute in a striker position, but Martinez wanted to play the entire contest, and he played, and it just did not work out for Atlanta as far as getting goals. The announced attendance was 67,507. And to be fair, they did open up more seats for the contest than the previous match that they had, the last home match for Heinze, as far before he was relieved of his duties. So there was 20 more thousand people in the stands for this contest than the last one. So I think the Atlanta supporters are trying to be optimistic with a new regime. We don't know if Valentino is going to be the full-time manager. I highly doubt that's going to happen. Atlanta's making moves and trying to figure out what to do there. But here's Valentino on the fan support and what that means to him and the team.
Fantastic. Like I feel bad for them because we talked a lot about them before the game, putting on a performance that would make them proud, talking about seeing them happy, and no matter what, you hear them and they drive the crowd. The crowd drives us and they drive the players, and even just the small smiles you would see before. They're such a huge part. I said it before when I first got in this position. They are the lifeblood of the club, and they're the heartbeat of what we want to do. And I'm disappointed for them. As long as I'm up here or I'm in the position to help, I will make sure that message is driven. I'm grateful for their support. I show a lot of gratitude to them because I understand that they spend time out of their day to come and watch us, whether they're here or whether they're watching on TV, and they spend their money to come and support us. So I'm appreciative of that, and that's what I gotta say.
So Atlanta's now has one loss and one win under Valentino after replacing Heinze. The media, we asked Brooks Lennon about the team handling this coaching change.
I think they've responded very well. I mean, that's what you have to do in professional sports. Things happen. it's a mid-season change, which is not the best thing in the world for a team, but you gotta focus on what's forward, and that's trying your best to get results. And as I said again, unfortunate tonight not to get the 3 points, but I love to see the work ethic in the guys, and how disappointed we are in this loss. But we have to take the positives out of it and continue working and giving our best effort for Rob and his staff.
Yeah, here's Alec Kann on Valentino and just his contributions to the team.
Energy. He's a guy that we really want to fight for. He's a guy that has a lot of relationships with guys in the locker room that are pre-existing for a couple years. He's a guy that we respect, and we know how he works, how hard he works, how much he cares about us. And, that's the kind of manager that you want to go to war for. It's definitely a different role for him. I mean, everyone is watching everything that he does now, which, probably hasn't been the case in the past. And I think he's handled himself with, a lot of composure and class, which is what I would expect from him. He's calm. He brings that to our group. At the same time, he's got us fired up and wanting to run through a wall for him before the game. And I think you could see that in the way that we played, over the course of the 90 minutes.
Now, you do have to look at the standings, and they're not good for Atlanta right now. They have 14 points on the season in MLS play and are 10th in the conference standings. So they're right now outside of the playoffs. Here's Anton walks on the team's place in the standings.
When you look at it, it looks bad. But I think, part of football is everyone's going to have their spell where they feel the pressure, and, we're feeling it right now. There's no denying it. And again, I think it's easy to keep speaking about it, but I know what we are capable of, and I believe all it'll take is 1 or 2 wins, and the momentum will change and shift very quickly, especially with, Rob being here, and just how open he is with us and what he demands from us. I think guys have got a smile on their face every day now. Everyone's a bit more re-energized because of Rob. I think he knows everybody even better than, what our previous manager did. And again, it's just that, mutual respect we've got for him. I think we want to fight for him a little bit more because he is a great guy, man. That's one thing I'm going to say about him. Great person, great human being, and we owe it to him right now.
Yeah, and Atlanta returns to action against Orlando on July 30th. So we'll be keeping track of that game and all things taking place.